All right, my friends, welcome back. How are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Saturday, the 26th of June, 2021. Still have the moon in Capricorn. We talked about on Friday at about 4 in the morning. The moon is going to conjunct Pluto very deeply, affecting us this month as it's opposing Venus. Venus dealing with everything we love, want, and desire, material possessions, money, people, things. In the sign of Cancer, this is compassion, this is emotions, this is overflowing, this is sense of security. How can we feel safe and secure with what's going on across the way from me, with this emotional restrictions, or I'm so focused on work, so focused on business, so focused on that thing that I have to do, so focused on my looks, so focused on this. It's that very serious aspects of obsession. We're so focused on something. And what is that thing that we're focused on? Well, the moon's going to move out of the sign of Capricorn, moving away from Pluto and moving into the sign of Aquarius today, which is very lovely. This Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have the moon in Aquarius, which is fun, sociable energy. A little less restrictions, a little less concerned and like that self, like looking back at self, like, oh, I'm kind of always under the microscope. So the moon moving into the sign of Aquarius here at 11 o'clock in the morning. Venus at that anaerotic 29th degree of Cancer, that last critical degree of understanding, before we move forward here into the sign of Leo, the fire energy, that we are being truly compassionate, that we're trying the best as we can to put ourselves in the place of other people's shoes, to understand where they are at. And if we understand them and they don't understand, here's something we talked about yesterday, or for Friday's horoscope, earlier today rather, when I put these both out on the same day. Anyway, if there's miscommunication and misunderstanding, this Venus in the 29th degree of Cancer here is pretty powerful. Especially as the moon is still opposing it, Pluto is still opposing it. It's about change in how we are dealing with something as individuals, not the other person. So let's say that we're in a communication, that there's a fair amount of misunderstanding, and that's okay. We can only meet people where they're at. We can only meet people where they're at. And for us to expect anything else out of them, that's on us. So this is us banging our own head against the wall. So part of this energy is just like, look, if we had a communication, Mercury, North Node, Gemini, if we had communication with somebody and there's a misunderstanding and we try our best to communicate and offer insight, and they, for some reason, don't grasp, it's manipulated. Pluto deals with manipulation, and we talked about this stuff a couple days ago that's been going on about us feeding into our own BS and lying to ourselves to justify our own actions. Well, let's say that person did that. Okay, so let's say that person B over here justified their own BS, believing their own BS, being closed off to understanding the deeper thing. Maybe there's internally something going on. But you understand this. But you see it and understand it. And now in turn, what happens? This is what always happens when you have, not saying that, one's wise and one's ignorant, but let's say like this person over here doesn't want to grow. They don't want to change anything. They want to be stuck. They want to not take responsibility for their actions, and they'd rather point at you for the miscommunication, the misunderstanding, and of course everything is your fault. But you're over here like this compassionate one, or the one with deeper understanding that's completely open, and it's like you can see the blocks in the individual in their communication. You can see how they're not wanting to identify or look into whatever part of themselves that they're stopping, that they're blocking, or denying, avoiding. So this Venus at the 29th degree is just like, okay, there's no point in furthering the communication. There's no point in beating my head against the wall, trying to get you to understand something that you're never going to, or that you so badly, every fiber in your being doesn't want to, because you don't want to acknowledge or identify this. It could be anything. And this is like taking one on the chin and just saying, okay, for me to be as compassionate as possible, it's perhaps avoiding that person. This is part of that Venus, Sun in Cancer. Maybe this person I shouldn't be around right now. And on the other side, we have the moon in a sociable sign of Aquarius, which is saying, yes, be around the people that understand you. Be around the people that you can have deep conversations with, that aren't going to deflect and point their finger at you when they've got all these fingers pointing back at themselves. We all run in and we all encounter stuff like that. And there's been a great possibility over the past week or so that you've encountered this kind of interaction. Or maybe you are that person that was deflecting. Maybe we are the ones that were denying something. This Venus at the 29th degree, it's saying, really, let's take ourselves and put ourselves in the other person's position, the other person's shoes. Is there something going on here? Me. Maybe identify myself, identify the source. I am the source. And this is also with Venus last day here in Cancer, and the Sun in Cancer. This is appreciating and valuing on this Saturday our homes. If this is, if we work Monday to Friday all week long, this is definitely appreciating, honoring your home, cleaning up the place, doing some laundry, doing those things that we need to do because we need to do them. And then we have all of this energy afterward to go play in the sociable signs of Leo. Leo wants us to go play and appreciate. We've got, the sun's out. Let's go outside. Let's go play. Moon in Aquarius saying, let's connect here with my friends. Let's connect with other people. And we see we're starting, and it's not going to be until Sunday, so we'll talk about it more then. But this grand fire kite is starting to begin, where the south node's starting to connect with the moon, saying, yeah, when I connect with the right people, the right tribe, that other stuff kind of falls off. It's just like, wow, it feels really nice. If I want to talk astrology, but I'm surrounded by kindergartners, I'm not going to be able to have a deep astrological conversation with kindergartners. Now, I don't want to prejudge those kindergartners and say that they're incapable or not of having a deep astrological conversation, but there's just not enough worldly experience, to be honest. So so this moon is saying, like, look, connect with the right people. Connect with the people that are your people. You're going to encounter others that aren't. Some days you're going to hold a workshop or a presentation, and you're going to have that one Karen or Dave that's just gonna, give you shit just because they want to, or because they don't identify with it. Are you gonna, try to battle it back and forth until you get your point across, that your reputation is now being on the line, or do you just kind of take it on the chin, take it on the wrap, and do your best to explain, and then retreat, pull back, and then have fun expressing yourself amongst the people that actually get you, the people that actually care. And that's kind of where this is going. Like, we're not for everybody. That can be hard, but it is what it is. We're not for everybody. But the positive side, the moon in the sign of Aquarius, being social, connecting with those right individuals. Mars and Leo saying, yes, express yourself. You're allowed in this environment to be you completely. It's like going to church and then talking about BDSM. That conversation might not happen, or going to a BDSM event and talking about church. Those two might coexist in your individual life, but for some reason have a hard time being in the same conversation. I'm just throwing stuff out there. This could be whatever. I'm just throwing extremes out there. So, but it's just like, over here you can have all of those conversations you want about that, and over here you can have all of these things. And maybe with this unique niche group of people you can talk about both things with. Those are your people. Go find your people. All right, my friends. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you have a beautiful day connecting with your tribe, your soul family. I love you. I wish you enough, and we'll see you tomorrow.